Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have something really exciting. We're gonna go through a full advanced reformer flow in the Move with Mojo style. So I consider my style of reformer Pilates that I teach athletic Pilates, meaning I take classical Pilates and the Pilates principles and bring in some strength training principles to make it more strength-based. I typically use additional props, things like dumbbells or various different things that are more reminiscent of exercise principles and strength training principles, and I merge those two together. And I love teaching this style. I love taking this style. It makes all of my workouts super challenging, super fun, super creative. So I'm gonna share that with you guys today. If you have access to a reformer, hop on it. We're gonna do it together. Or if you just wanna observe just to kind of see my secret sauce and the type of routines that I teach, this is the video for you. So let's get started. So for today's workout, I'm gonna take you through what I would consider the intermediate level, and I'll tell you how to advance it or how to modify it. For the intermediate level, which is what I'm gonna teach and the props that I'm gonna use, all you need is a reformer box. So make sure you obviously have your reformer, but also a reformer box that we're gonna use. And you need one medium to heavy dumbbell. I would recommend anything between 5 to 10 pounds will be great. And you only need one for this routine. So those are the props that I would recommend for what I'm gonna take you through. If you wanna make this more advanced, meaning making it super challenging, I'm gonna recommend not only the box, not only the dumbbell, and you can make it a little bit heavier, but also a booty band. A booty band from the beginning, from the footwork, will be a great way to advance this routine. That's what I did with my advanced clients. So I'd recommend adding on a booty band if you wanna make it more challenging. If you wanna modify and make it a little bit easier, you're gonna skip the dumbbell and you're gonna skip the booty band. So 3 different levels you can do with this same routine, which is why I love teaching in this way. That's about it. Let's get started. We're gonna start this routine with how I like to start majority of my reformer flows, with some footwork. It's just such a great way to get your joints moving, get your body warmed up, bring awareness to your feet. Joseph Pilates believes everything started with feet. So we're gonna start with some footwork, but a little bit athletic style. So I'm gonna prop my headrest up, make sure your foot bar is in the proper position for your height and for your reformer. I'm gonna recommend at least 3 heavy springs here. Not your usual heavy spring load, because there is a point where we will do a brief stint of single leg push-offs with this, but start off with something that feels pretty sticky to move around. Go ahead and grab your single dumbbell and let's lie down. So you're gonna start off establishing that nice connection with your carriage. We're gonna start on our heels here. We have our hands on either side of that dumbbell with our feet about hips width apart. We're gonna find that inhale to prepare, and we're gonna exhale. We're gonna press to our heels and we're gonna push that dumbbell all the way to the sky. So big exhale and inhale to reset, avoiding that stopper each and every time. So keeping tension on those heavy springs. Big exhale. I talked about this recently on my TikTok, but I usually don't cue a specific body positioning to get people into neutral spine. I typically treat neutral spine in my cueing, especially for the beginning, for your footwork, as a zone. You find the point where you can move heavy springs without causing any discomfort in your low back, where you feel like your spine is best supported. But I'm not super strict about how I tell my clients what their distance between their lumbar and the carriage should be. So keep that in mind if you're looking for those specific neutral spine cues. You may not find them in today's routine, but you should be in a zone where you feel like your spine is supported. Let's do 2 more here together. Last one. And bring it in here. Perfect. Now we're gonna push off with just 1 foot now. So I want you to, same thing with your arms. We're gonna push off with 1 foot, drive 1 knee in towards your chest, bring it in and switch. Push off with the other. Bring it in and switch. Big exhale. Should feel more challenging than the last set because you're pushing off with just 1 foot. Find that deep connection with your heel and your foot bar. 4 more each side. Keep those toes flexed to the sky. Last one. And let's reset, bring it in. Now I want you to turn your knees out for a slight external rotation here. Your heels are still in that foot bar, but you have that nice turnout of your knees. You're gonna start with your elbows bent behind your head. So nice deep bend, and that dumbbell is right at the crown of your head here. From here, I want you to press to your heels again, keeping that external rotation. We're gonna extend our arms long to wake up those triceps. So same thing, inhale to prepare, big exhale, push. And resist to bring it in. This is one where if you have that booty band on, it's a great opportunity to add in a little abductions as you go in and out. Maybe you're holding halfway and you're giving me a little turnout before you press, something to get you against that band. I did this routine yesterday with the band. That's why I'm not doing it with you today, but it's a great option to really make it spicy and challenging. We have 4 more here. We're going to find a pulse on the last one. Let's go all the way out. Let's find a pulse with our legs to start. So keep a bend to your elbows, little pulse with your legs for 10, 9, 8, make sure those knees are staying turned out, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend your legs, stay soft with your knees, little pulse with your arms. You go really low with your bends for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, you got this, 3, 2, 1, slow and controlled. Bring it all the way in. Let's slide back to hips width apart. Now we're gonna go to the ball up our feet with our heels nice and lifted. For this one, let's just keep our arms all the way up to the sky here. So we hold our arms all the way up to the sky. We press all the way out with nice straight legs. We keep our heels really high. Slowly resist to bring it in. Remember, those heavy springs are gonna move a lot faster than light springs. They're gonna try to help you cheat a little bit here. I want you to really focus on staying slow on the way out and on the way in. Three more. 2, we're gonna hold it with long legs on the last one. Last one, let's pass that dumbbell from one hand, chest fly, pass it to the other. Open and pass. Exhale as you meet those hands together. Opening up that chest without arching through your upper back. Let's do 5 more passes here. To each hand. Last 2. Last one. And we go back to the top, straighten out those legs. Let's do some little heel lifts. Up and down. Up and down. 5. Last 4. We have 3 more. 2. And 1. Great job. Slowly bring it in here. Let's go into some bridging. Same thing with our arms. We're going to hold statically with that dumbbell up to the sky. Option to make this more challenging to go to your toes here, or you can go to your heels. I want you to roll yourself up. Articulated spine bridge all the way to the top. First, we got to make sure that headrest is popped down. If you haven't already, roll yourself all the way to the top. And then soften through the top of your spine. Lower yourself back. Slow and controlled. Think one spine bone at a time. I always tell people, you end at the top of your shoulder blades, you go to your mid-back second, tailbone last, and then you reverse it. Tailbone first, mid-back second, top of your shoulders last, and reverse. 4 more of these with that nice slow articulation. Really focus on lowering down, slow and controlled, keeping your carriage really still here. We're gonna go to single bridge coming up after a quick set of some pulsing. We're gonna hold up high here. Let's hold at the top. Hold here. Make sure you're not rocking your pelvis back here. You still are staying in that neutral zone. I want you to go halfway down, halfway up with a flat back, like a big hip thrust. Matter of fact, let's add that dumbbell to your hips as we go up, just to add a little bit of weight. 9. Last 8. It's half range of motion. 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower yourself down briefly for a second. We're gonna grab that dumbbell just with our left hand. We are going to bridge off of our right heel. As we come up, our left knee is gonna stay in tabletop. We're gonna punch that dumbbell to the sky, single arm press. Let's do 8 of these together. We have 8, 7, you can extend that left leg to start if you want a little bit more of a challenge. Imagine you're trying to stand up on that foot bar. Last one. We hold high here. Straighten that left leg, straighten that arm. Left leg and arm go down towards your foot bar. We have 8 of these. With control, staying really still with your hips, not letting that left hip lower, not using any momentum with that dumbbell. 4, last 3, last 2, and 1. Great work. Lower it down and let's switch sides. Shake it out for a second as needed. We pass that dumbbell to our right hand now. So dumbbell in your right hand, you are bridging off of that left heel and we're pushing that dumbbell up to the sky as we go. Big exhale, we press. Same principles for your bridge, making sure that pelvis isn't rocking back. That's 5. We have 4. Carry stays a little bit away for the softer if you can, but keeping it really still. Last 2. And 1. We hold that dumbbell to the sky. Nice point to your toes, arms straight. We sweep our arm with that dumbbell and our leg down. Think the calf or the back of your knee is almost touching that foot bar. That's how low you're trying to get with that straight leg. Inhale as you reset. Exhale as you lower. Last 4. 3. Last 2. And 1. Great job. Roll yourself down. Whew. Let's get into that core. For our next move, we're going to take that dumbbell. We're going to hold it up to the sky. We're warming up that core, so I want you to take some nice crunches. You're going to reach up towards the bend of your ankle, lower yourself down. You're probably going to want to shimmy a little bit away from your shoulder blades, but I want you to start thinking about really rounding, creating big flexion through your spine to help you crunch, engaging your abdominals. Exhale as you reach, and lower it down. 8 more, just like that. It's okay if you can't get super high here, but I want you to really focus on how you're lifting. Are you pulling from your neck to get that lift? Or are you lifting from your shoulder blades, really flexing your abs? I have 4 more here. We're gonna hold at the top. Last 2. Last 1, big hold at the top. Again, it doesn't matter if it's not super high. We lower one leg down, that leg comes all the way to our foot bar, and we switch. Give me 6 switches each side. Keep that raise. Not lowering a leg until it comes all the way back to starting position. Last 3 for me. Keep energy through those legs. Last 2. Feel that stability challenge. Last 1. As you lower it down. And break. Great way to wake up your core. All right, let's change some springs. We're gonna go to 1 medium spring. So we're gonna lower our foot bar down so it's out of our way. Sorry, I have a very noisy foot bar. We're gonna do some single arm strap work for our abdominals and also our arms here. So I want you to grab your strap here, either your small loop or big loop, depending on what you usually do for supine work. I want you to start with that dumbbell in your left hand, strap in your right. You're gonna curl yourself up just like we did, but it's a weighted curl up. You now have that weight of that strap and your dumbbell. So make sure you have enough clearance away from the shoulder blades so that you can curl yourself up nicely. We have 8 of these. Last 3. We're gonna add on, coming up, 2. And 1. Now I want you to add on. We're gonna lower down with our left leg as we curl up. I keep shimmying on up. I'm also already getting sweaty, so I'm sticking to my reformer. So curl yourself up, left leg goes out straight, and lower yourself down. So arms are doing the same thing. Big exhale, energy through that left leg as you reach. We have 4 more. Last 3. We're gonna hold it low. Last 2. Last one, we hold it low with that left leg extended. Our left arm goes out to the side, out for a T, and in. 5. Doesn't have to be huge, especially if you have a heavier dumbbell like I do. Last 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Take a second. We're going to get our obliques into it a bit. So with this strap, you have the option to put your dumbbell through your strap, or you can hold onto your dumbbell and your strap, whatever feels good for you, wherever you can get a good grasp on that dumbbell and your strap together. Actually, I think I'm just going to hold mine here together with both hands. We're going to take our feet out into a diamond shape. So the insides of our feet connect. We are going to go through that diamond for your crunch and lower yourself back down. 6 of these before we add on. Through your diamond, not changing the shape of your legs at all. Last 2. We're going to add on slow control, slow on the way down. Last 1 here. Now we're going to add on an extension of our legs. As we curl up, we point out for a V, reconnect. Point out for a V, reconnect. Last 3, keep that really nice lift up. 2, and 1. Next, we're going across our body for our obliques. So I want you to curl yourself up. You're going to swing your knees to the right side. You're going to bring your hands and your dumbbell to your left side. Crunch to curl yourself up and lower yourself back down. Try to bring that strap outside of your face here, not on top. And if you're up for the challenge, you're going to add in an extension of your legs as you twist. So we twist and we extend to one side. Bring it back down. Twist and extend. Twist and extend. Last 4. Twist and expand. As much as you can rotate. This is one where I have limited range of motion because of my injury. But I'm going to rotate as much as I can for my anatomy. 2. And 1. Nice rotation. Lower it down. Plant your feet down. Shake your knees side to side. We'll hang on to that dumbbell. Hang up your strap because we will grab the other one and go straight onto the other side. Start in tabletop. We curl it down. That dumbbell's in your right hand. Strap in your left. And lower it back before we add on. Last 2 before we add in that extension of our right leg now. Last 1. Let's extend that right leg. Curl it up, extend, and back. Last 3. You got this. Big exhale. 2. We hold for those arm flies. And 1. We hold. Arm goes out and in. Out and in. Last 4. Out and in. Woo. Out and in. Lift a little higher. 2. And 1. Relax it down. Take a second. And let's interlock those fingers with our dumbbell. Let's find that diamond shape with our feet. Let's go for those curl up and back. We curl to lift through our diamond, holding that abduction through your knees. Not letting the shape change. We're going to add in an extension of our legs on the next one. Let's curl it up. Let's add in a big kick out. Kick and release. This is another one. If you have that band on, you're really going to feel that challenge to your outer glutes, outer thighs. Last 4. Last 3. 2. And 1. Lower it down. Take a second before we go for those cross bodies. So we're now swinging our knees to our left side. That dumbbell's coming down and over to our right side. If you added in that extension on your opposite side, let's make sure we match that same energy on this side as well. So when you're ready, let's go for that curl up and that twist. Get your obliques involved. We come around, we extend our legs, we bring it back down. come around and swing. Back down. I love doing unilateral work back to back because it really uncovers where you have different strengths, different range of motion. Like for me, I can twist much better with my back on this side than the other side. Just little mental notes to make. 3 more. Try to rotate as much as you can. Try to let that opposite hip lift up the hip closest to your strap. Last one, best one. And lower it back down. Hopefully everything is feeling nice and warm. Let's move on to our upper body. We are gonna grab our reformer boxes. We're gonna stay on that same blue spring. Okay, we have our long box on our reformer and we're ready for some upper body work. We're gonna grab our left strap. If you have the option for 2 loops for this first set, I recommend grabbing your bigger loop. We're kneeling facing our rails. We're doing upper body, but as always, anytime you're working with straps for upper body, especially if you're coming off to find balance, you wanna make sure your core is active. If your core is not active, that is when momentum takes over and you may topple forward, and we do not want that. So you're gonna have your dumbbell in your right hand, big loop in your left hand. We're gonna start with a bicep curl and a single arm chest expander. So I want you to inhale to prepare. We're gonna exhale, we're gonna lift, squeezing through our glutes. We're gonna find a bicep curl on our right side. We're gonna pull our left hand back, and then we're gonna lower ourselves back down to a hover, not letting our hand come too far forward, so we're never getting slack into our rope. And lower back. Pull and lower. It's okay if your range of motion can't get crazy big. What I want you to really focus on is that range of motion behind your body, not letting yourself get too far forward with that chest expander. 2 and 1. We're gonna bicep curl, hold here. Find that hold, little out, little in. Keep a long spine. Left hand goes out and in. For 5, for 4, keep those ribs pulled in, that pelvis tucked. 2 and 1. Next one, we're gonna grab really high. We're gonna do a row with a rotation. So we're gonna twist to our left side. Let's start off with that dumbbell racked on top of our shoulder. We're gonna give a big exhale press. We twist, rotating through our spine. Slowly return yourself back to center for that low hover. We twist, pulling ourselves back. Use the back of your shoulders. No momentum, so just as slow as you go out is a slow pace on the way in as well. Last 5 here. 3, 2, and 1. We hold here, hold it back. Straight arms single. 5, 4 with that dumbbell. Stay twisted. 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down and relax. Let's get into those triceps up next. So I want you to take that dumbbell. You're gonna wedge it in between the bend of your right knee, and you're gonna place your right hand down on your box edge. So find a good placement behind your hamstring. We're gonna get into our glutes a little bit more here along with our arms. So we're gonna find a tricep kickback. Options here, you can hold the static position, bend your left arm in and out, or you can add in a lower of your leg. We have 8 of these, we lift. Perfect, full extension. If you need to walk your hands back a little bit more, if it feels a little bit too heavy, triceps get smoked very easily. It does not take much. Last 5 here. Last 4. Really try to squeeze into that hamstring. 3, 2. Last 1, we're gonna hold it, little pulses, hold that arm out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. And we're ready for the other side. Hang that strap up, take a second. Ooh, hit a quick child's pose. And let's move on. So we have that bicep curl with our dumbbell and the single arm chest expander on our right side. So we're grabbing onto that right strap, knees on our box facing forward. Remember to engage your abdominals. If your box is a little bit bigger than mine, you could curl your toes under. That will give you a little bit better leverage to come up and off. So from here, let's get ready, prepare that breath, engage that core, and we're ready for that lift off. Reach it back and lower it down. The one downside of this reformer, which people have asked me how I feel about it, this is from your reformer, it's not super tall girl friendly. So at times when you hear my carriage connecting with my stopper, know that I know better. It's a height thing. It's very hard. We're gonna hold it. Last two. Last one, we hold in at 90. We hold with that lift, that long, tall spine from our tailbone to the top of our head. Nice 90-degree angle. Ribs stay pulled down for 5. Pull it back a little bit more. 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Let's grab that high grab on our rope. Let's sit back, rack that weight onto our shoulder. Get ready for those rotations. So we exhale, we lift ourselves up, we twist, we press that dumbbell to the sky. Pilates is all about training your spine in all directions. So you probably knew that some sort of rotation was coming. We did a little bit in the warm-up. Now we're really getting into it. Seeing how much we can twist those ribs off of our hips. Last 3. Lift. 2. Last 1. We hold on the next one. Let's hold. Let's find those 5 shoulder raises with that rotation. We have 5. 4. Twist a little deeper. 3. 2. Last 1. And lower it down. Triceps up next. Let's wedge that dumbbell behind the bend of our knee. Make sure it's really in the fold so it can stay in place. We have those tricep extensions, so we're grabbing wherever we grabbed on our left side. We're squeezing our heel towards our glute. We're gonna go for that tricep extension with our left hand planted down, and then we let that knee lower with our dumbbell. So this is one, if you're advanced and you're using that band, you're still using their band with this move especially. It will really let you get some nice tension. So you have the band and the dumbbell to really challenge those glutes. Last 2. Last one, we hold. Hold that arm, leg goes down and up, little pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down and back. I know I said that one was upper body, but we really got into a lot there. You had to use your core to stabilize. You had to challenge your glutes with the donkey kicks. It was a lot, so let's take a second here. Now we're gonna get into my favorite part of every workout, which is the lower body segment. I do love a good lower body flow. So we're gonna start off by shifting our box just slightly over to the right side so that our left foot can fit in the little space that you create. You wanna make sure, of course, your box isn't hanging off the side of your carriage, but it's just shifted to the right side. I'm gonna carefully plant my left foot onto the carriage and swing my right foot around to my platform. Now, I want my right foot to stay parallel to my platform. So it's not turned forward. We're gonna do some lateral work here. We're gonna go into a warrior lunge. So it looks very similar to a warrior pose that you would do in yoga. I have the dumbbell at my chest. I'm gonna face away from you for this first part, and then I'll switch to the other side so you can really see my torso here. But I have my toes turned out. So if my feet were together, they would look like an L shape. I have my right foot parallel to the foot bar, and I have my left foot parallel to my box. From here, I'm gonna lower down into a really low warrior lunge, and then I want you to press as hard as you can through that left heel to drag yourself back. So we're primarily keeping the weight onto the carriage for this one. We have 7 more of these, so 8 total. Shift, get that nice stretch. Last 4. We're gonna add in a rotation, of course, because we've been doing a lot of great rotation with our spine today. Last 2. Really get low for this last one. We're gonna hold it here. Hold. I want you to twist, push out, and bring it back in. 8 of those. Weight all into that left side. Twist, and bring it back in. Try to move with control. Engaging your obliques. 2. and 1. Slowly drag to pull everything in. Okay, let's drop that dumbbell down. You can rest it onto your headrest here. We're gonna get into some forward lunge work now. Actually, I'm gonna put mine on the floor so it doesn't roll around. Same thing, so that left foot is gonna stay parallel to our box or our carriage. You are going to have your right foot behind you about hips width apart onto your platform. You wanna make sure that right heel is lifted because we are focused on putting all of our weight again through that left. So once we're here, find your balance, stand yourself up. I want you to go down for a straight lunge, keeping your right leg straight, lowering your chest towards your quad, and then I want you to drive really hard through that left heel to pull everything back. Lower yourself down, we have 10 of these. Chest comes down, drag that foot back. Last 7, really slow here. Don't let those springs assist you. So I want you to go as slow as you can, trying to pull it back just through the control of the sole of your foot or your grippy socks. Perfect. Last 2. We're gonna hold it low. Isometric hold on our last side, or our left side, I should say. Isometric hold from here. We're gonna drag that right knee in to pull the carriage in. Stay with that hold, so nice bend to your left side. We have 10 of these as well. Keep your ribs pulled in. I found myself arching in that moment, so a good reminder to keep your abdominals active as you lean forward with that nice, tall, straight spine. Last 4. We have 3. We're gonna hold both knees in coming up. 2. And 1. We're gonna hold it in, both knees at about 90. We're gonna stand up, keep the carriage really still. We have 10 of these. Lower yourself down, carriage stays still, chest stays upright. Nice bend, all of that weight through the carriage. Trying to keep your hips nice and level, so if your hands are on your hips, good opportunity to make sure that right hip isn't lowering below your left. Last 4 for me. We have some pulses coming up. Finishing off this side strong. 2 and 1. Let's hold low. Give me 10 pulses, arms above your head. 10, 9, 8, little lower. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Carefully bring yourself back. Take a second, shake out that leg, and we will transition with a little bit of core before we switch to that opposite side, so your legs get a break here. So from here, let's get into our core. Let's take it to a nice high plank. Push yourself out to a nice high plank, and I want you to drag both of your knees in and push yourself back out to that high plank. Out and in. Out and in, finding that perfect plank. 3 more. And in. 2. And 1. We're gonna hold out for that plank. From here, we're gonna shift weight entirely into our right foot. We're gonna raise our left foot up. We're gonna reach our hands towards our rails with that box. Slowly bring that foot down. Bring your hands right underneath your shoulders. 6 of these. Just one side, don't switch sides just yet. My poor plant gets kicked so many times during my workout. Last 3. We're gonna switch sides with control. 2. Try to get your hands out a little bit further for this last one. 1. Bring it in and switch. Let's go for 10. You gotta get that length. We're not done just yet. Abdominals stay pulled in. 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Return to that plank. Now obliques are in the fun. You drag it in with your knees. You swivel to one side. We have 8 on each side. And twist. Send it out. And you're bringing it in as you rotate to the other side. Perfect. Swivel. Get that nice rotation. Again, something we practice during our warm-up. Last push here. You got it, 3 more each side. Last 2. Last 1. And bring it in, rest your knees down on that box. Oh, take a quick little child's pose. And we're gonna go for that warrior lunge on our right side up next. So again, we scooch that box over to our right side so we have more space for our right foot. We're gonna step up onto our platform, then step up onto that carriage. We're gonna find that warrior lunge. So we keep our left foot parallel with our platform. We keep that right foot parallel with the box. We lower ourselves down as low as we can, push laterally as we drag to pull it in. It's that point where I'm getting out of breath. I keep getting tongue-tied. And bring it all the way in. Press to the sole of your foot here. We have 10 of each of these lower body moves. And if you finish before or after me, that's okay. That's why I like to keep these rep based so that you can go at your own pace for what control looks like for you. If you feel like your range of motion isn't good on one, don't count that one. Count the next one. The great thing about virtual, you can always pause me and come back. Last 2. We're gonna hold low. Feeling myself speed up a little, so I wanna hold really low and slow. We hold it out here. We go for those rotations. We twist, push forward, bring it in, back. Twist, push forward, bring it in, back. Last 3. Last 2. Twist. I'm moving a little too fast today. Last 1. I always give myself grace though. And bring it in. I am coming back from a very long hiatus, so I know watching this back, I'm probably gonna cringe a little because my form isn't gonna be perfect, but all that matters is I showed up. After, I don't know, it's probably been 4 weeks off since my injury and not really taking Pilates actively and trying to just focus on physical therapy, so gotta give yourself grace sometimes and be proud of just moving. Okay. We are gonna go back into those forward lunges. We have our right foot on our carriage again here. We have our left toes on the platform behind us with our left heel lifted. We're gonna start with those straight lunges down. So you find that equal point that you did on the other side, so make sure you're not too far forward if you weren't far forward on your left side. We're gonna keep that left heel lifted. We lower ourselves down, let that chest come towards our quad. We have 10 of these. Really use the sole of your foot here. I always like to use a tripod analogy for your foot. So imagine that your pinky toe, big toe, or ball of your foot is 2 parts of the tripod. Your heel is that 3rd point, so it's one big triangle. You're pressing equally into all of those points. So keep that in mind. Sliding it back, avoiding that stopper. Lower it down. We're going to change it up. Coming up, we have those knee drags where we're bending now through our left knee coming up. Give me 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Hold low here. Find that drag. We pull it back with our left knee. Isometric hold with our right. Drag it forward. Pull it back and forward. Last 4. 3, we're almost finished the series. 2, and 1. Drag to pull it back, smooth transition. We go straight to those split squats all the way up, all the way down. Carriage stays really still, really focus on that connection with your carriage foot. Last 5. Last 4, we got those pulses. 3, 2, woo, and 1. Low pulses. As low as you can go. Give me your best shot here. We're going to hamstrings up next. 7, 6, little lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Shake that leg out. And we are going to move on and move our boxes. We made it to the grand finale. We are going to take our box. It's gonna go short box ways onto the frame of our reformer. You wanna make sure that it is equally distributed in terms of your weight because you are gonna kneel on this box. So you're gonna find a good placement for the box towards your rails. It may not be right up against your rails. It really depends on your height. So you may need to play around with the distance. We're still on that blue spring. This is the point if you took the advanced level up and you've been using a booty band, you're gonna take the booty band off because it's gonna minimize your range of motion here and we don't need it for this portion. So no booty band, all you need is your box. It's short box ways towards the back of your reformer. From here, we are gonna kneel onto that box. We were just working our right glute, so we're gonna trade it off and we're gonna go back to our left hamstring / glute. So what I want you to do, kneeling on your box, you're gonna hop that left foot forward very carefully, and your right knee is gonna stay on your box. Now you may need to adjust your box to feel what's comfortable. You don't want too much of a stretch through your hip flexors here, so find a good placement of your box. From here, we're gonna shift our weight forward, fingertips lightly come to those shoulder rests. I want you to press as hard as you possibly can through the heel of your left foot. So from here, let's just wake up our hamstrings. So I want you to shift your weight forward into that headrest, then I want you to straighten your leg back. This is my bad side, so I can't get a full straightened leg, but what we're doing here is keeping a lot of weight into that left heel, trying not to distribute the weight to our right knee at all. We're just getting a little lean forward and back, little stretch and back for 5, 4, last 3, 2, we're gonna stand it up, and 1. So we're gonna lift our chest from here, finding a nice balance. What I want you to do from here is we're gonna drag the carriage back, pulling that headrest towards our box and release it forward. So really getting into our hamstring. It's like one big hamstring curl. Press really hard into that heel. We have 5 more here. Last 3. If you need to modify, you're gonna bring that box a little bit further forward. 2 and 1. Now I want you to add in a rotation. I want you to twist and bring it back. 6. Last 5. Great work. Woo, finishing off these legs. 4. Woo, find your balance. 3. Ooh. 2 and 1. Fantastic work. Grab onto those shoulder rests. Carefully bring your knee back. Little ab transition in between. I want you to sit your hips back into a child's pose. I want you to find a really exaggerated round through your spine. Pull that carriage back just like you did with your lower body, and then release it back down. So we pull it in, and we release it back down. Think about that exaggerated round. Pull your abdominals in. So it's not just pulling with your arms here. I really want you to think about the round of your spine and the connection with your hands is helping you drag that carriage back. Like that scared Halloween cat with that big rainbow shape to our spine. Last 3. 2. And 1. Now let's do it single leg. So I want you to round, pull that knee towards your nose. We have 6 of these. Release it out. Pull it in. Draw that knee to your nose. 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Let's switch sides. So let's go straight to our right leg. Right leg floats. We round it in, knee to nose, and release it back. Nice point to your toes at the back. Last 4. Last 3. Crunch those abs in. 2 and 1. Great work. Sit it back. Let's now take that right foot. That right foot comes forward. We finish off with these hamstrings. Let's start with those fingertips down onto your headrest. Straighten that leg. Shift that weight forward. Press as hard as you can, like you're trying to break through that headrest. Last 2. Go for that full curl. And 1. Let's go for the full curl. We come all the way up with our chest. Find a nice balance. Make sure your knees are about hips width apart so you can find that stability. I want you to curl to pull that carriage back towards your box. Release it out. Pull it in. Release it out. In. This side is so much easier for me. It's crazy. Soon enough, I'll get my strength back. Last 3, 2, and 1. Great job. We add in that rotation. We're twisting to our right side. We twist, we open. Perfect. Last 3. Finish strong. Last 2. You got this. Best one yet. Last 1. Curl to pull it in. And relax it down. Woo. Let's finish with one last core finisher. That's usually like how I like to end all of my routines. A little bit of core before sending you on your way. So let's take our box off. Let's finish off on one yellow spring here. Hands come to your platform. Let's find a modified plank position. So you're going to lower your hips down. I just want you to stretch yourself back. Not changing the shape of your lower body, just moving from your shoulders. So you're not creating more of a hinge from your hips, less of a hinge from your hips. You're keeping everything really consistent. You push yourself all the way back as slow as you can. Let's do 6 more together here. Reach it back. Perfect. 2 more. Flex your core, especially the further back you go. Really support your spine here. Bring it in. Same thing on your toes. You may have seen that coming. Go for a full plank. You push yourself back. Range of motion is probably a bit, if not a lot, smaller. 6 of these. Flex even harder. Last 2. Really flex as you send yourself back. And 1. Bring it in. Take a second. That was so fun to teach together and take together. I'm definitely sweating. I'm a little bit out of shape, but we're getting back into it and it felt good to do it with you guys. So let me know if you want to see more reformer flows on this channel. I can definitely bring them into the rotation. I know a lot of you guys struggle with finding inspiration for how to make creative and challenging flows and ones that incorporate a little bit more strength principles, and I can definitely bring those into this channel. So let me know in the comments and I will see you guys next time.